Alrighty. Let's see. Let's make sure we are live. I gotta check all the settings. I'm gonna go over the indicator and explain everything. We got about 15 minutes before the open. Let's make sure everything is working. Okay. Looks like it's stream health seems good. Stream settings, ultra low latency. Okay. So you might get like a 3 to 5 second delay. That's going to be normal. Uh, I might switch over to a real-time streaming software on the site once I get everything up and running. It depends on how many people want to support the indicator. So let me get my coffee, pour some more coffee, and I'll go over the news and the market, and then we'll go over the indicator. There's not much news, I guess. We are into earnings season. So let's take a look at the news. As you can see right here, the best place to get the news, in my opinion, is Financial Juice. So at 8:30, initial jobless claims, we already had that. 8:30, U.S. GDP quarter over quarter final, we already had that. Procter and Gamble earnings call, that was at 8:30. So at 9 o'clock, which we already had that, that's Abbott earnings call. Okay, so at 10 o'clock, we have PCE price index. PCE price index month over month, year over year. And then at 12 o'clock, we have crude oil inventories. I don't trade crude oil, but if you do, that will be a big one for you. And then at 5 o'clock, we have Intel earnings call. So not much for the news going on. Yesterday was a big one. Yesterday, right around, what time was it? Do, 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 do. Yesterday, yeah, right around 227, we had that big news that came out, and then we had a pop. I got some of that. I got in late because we had that pop. This is a 800 tick chart, okay? I'm going off a 800 tick chart. Sometimes I trade on a 30-second, 1 minute, 800, 1,000 tick chart. It all depends on what's going on. And also, I'm testing the indicator on multiple chart types, and also I'm trading Bull Knox evaluations and funded accounts. I've got like 5 funded accounts that I trade. So actually, not all at one time. Right now, I'm only trading 2 right now of funded accounts. But let's go over right here. So we had we opened up, and then we kind of ran up, and then we got a big sell off, and then we ran back up again. And overnight, as you can see, we are bullish overnight. If you look right here on this chart, I have a 5-minute, and then I have this 15-minute profile chart off to the side that sometimes I will drag in and maybe explain something. But that's about it. I'm trying to find out what is the best way for the real estate to show people things. But for right now, what I am looking at, we'll just stay in drawing mode, and we'll go to rectangle. This area right here, as you can see, this area right here, that was support. We kind of sold off. They're not going under the 25,000 area. Also, right here, this is going to be the resistance area. Could we get up in there? Yes. Are we going to do it today? I have no idea. No one knows. So this is the kind of the area that we're looking at, and then we have this area right up in here as well. That will be the next area to be looking at. Now, if we break the 25,000, of course, we could possibly go down into this area right up in here. Now, if we look at this on a 5-minute, so we can look at that on daily. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. This 5-minute chart, let me explain what I have going on here. Down at the bottom is a histogram. That is a 921 EMA histogram, a indicator that I wrote. That just gets me on track of what is going on, keeps me in the direction of the market. And of course, right here, the yellow line on the 5-minute chart, that's a 9 EMA. Now, if we look at this, uh, that was at 5 p.m. and then at 3 a.m. So I don't have it going back too far. But what we are going to be looking at today, if we start selling off down here in this area right here, 25,560, right here is where you're going to have support. You got support at 25,580 because you had an imbalance buy volume right here. You had some buying right up in here, and also you had some buying right up in here, up in this area about 25,560. And then so we've got a lot of buying interest. We got a lot of buying interest right up in there. Let me turn my phone off. All right, it's 918. So the support, if we sell off, we could come down to 25,580. That would be the first area of support to be looking for a bounce, and also at 25,560 right up in this area. If we break this area, 580, and we go down to 560, we could break that. All right. So that's what I'm looking at. Well, yeah, yeah. That was a telemarketer. Um, okay, so down here at 25,560, we probably have some support if we sell off. That is on a 5-minute chart. Now, this right here, the CVD, cumulative volume delta. This right here is the current volume, the current delta right here that is updating live. Now, on the indicator that I wrote, right here, it's Order Flow Personal Bars. That's my personal one, the one I'm going to be releasing to the public. It's the same one. Right now, I don't have any draw bullish errors, draw bearish errors. I'm kind of looking at that. Show the order flow. I'll go over that on the 800 tick chart, and the delta count will be 7. The reason I said it's 7 is because we have a live right there, but in order to go back some, which is basically 6 on a 5-minute, which would be 30 minutes. So if you look at this, it'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then you have the current volume delta, and then the CVD is the cumulative volume delta for the past 30 minutes. That is what the delta down here is doing. Now, in the future, what I plan on doing is actually, this right here is a candlestick chart, and this indicator works on candlestick chart, tick charts, range charts, Heiken Aschke charts, whatever charts you want to use. The indicator will work on it. Now, in the future, what I'm going to be doing is actually building out my own custom chart type in NinjaTrader, which we're going to have it's going to look like a candlestick, but it's going to have the delta volume on to the side right there, and then like point of control. But right now, this is going to be released to the public in like a beta release, so people can test it. Tell me what you think about it. Let's go over to the 800 tick chart, and we'll take this over here. Okay, so this is an 800 tick chart, and the yellow line is the 9 EMA. Now, let me zoom in. So what we're looking at here is what we're looking at. Let's take this bar right here. Now this green on the side right here, you'll see that updating in real time. Uh, I don't know if we have any. Yeah, we have some right there, but uh, what that does is that will update in real time. And if you look over here on the indicator settings, what that is the live stack persistence and live imbalance volume. The live stack persistence is set to 3, and the minimum imbalance volume is set to 5. So what this is that it's showing that there's buying pressure right up in this area and also right up in this area right here. And what that is telling me is that there is significant buying persistent. That is being persistent buying. Okay. Now, when you see that and you see a stacked imbalance, like this green line right here, this is a stacked imbalance. And if we look on Order Flow Personal Bars, I have it set to imbalance threshold of 5. There has to be 5 times more buying or selling to the opposite side, and the levels required has to be 4. So it basically has to be 1 point. So let's say you're at 25,600, so it has to be 600 and a quarter, 650, 665, and then 700, and it has to be stacked buying and balance of 5 times as much. So if you understand order flow, you'll understand the levels required of set to 4. So it has to be stacked. It has to be 5 times more buying than selling for that green line to show up. Okay, and also there will be a red line as well. As you can see right here, there was a red line and it was selling and it started selling off. That is a whole point of 5 times more selling than buying. And then that's why we got that line. Now, I do not take trades when we just get a level like that. What I like to do is I like to get stacked, double stack, which like this candle right here, and then this candle right here, you had the double stacked buying. And then if you kind of look back down through here, you get double stacked buying and balance. Like when we had a big news, we had a bunch of stacked buying and balance 4 times as much. But what I'm looking at, let's see, we got like 5 minutes. It'll be a lot easier to show you once I actually get the live market. This right here, this level right here, we had one whole point of 5 times more buying than selling. Also right there on that area, 5 times more buying than selling. So basically we had 2 points of buying, 5 times more buying than selling. So I like looking for multiple stacked imbalance areas, not just one. Like this one right here is just one stacked imbalance area. Could you make money off of that? Sure, absolutely you can. But I like looking for double stacked imbalance areas. Now, as you can see here, let's look at this right here. Let's look at this area right here. So you see this candle right here, and then you see a green line that goes off the top. What that is telling me is that, hey, there was buying a whole point of stacked and balanced area, 5 times more buying up in this area, and we kind of sold off. What that is telling me is that there is exhaustion. Now, when this red bubble shows up, when this red ellipse shows up, that means, and there's a line right there, that means that at around the top of it, there was buying pressure up there trying to push it up, but then they got exhausted, they got absorbed, and the sellers took control. Now, what I like to do is I like to look at the previous areas right here, and then the line goes through for support. As you can see here, that was support, and we kind of came down and we kind of bounced up. That's what I'm looking for. So when I get into a trade, I want to make sure there's enough area to run. like this area right here, we got 3 minutes. Like this area right here, there was room to run. So if you would have got in here and got up to this area right here, up in this area, you have gotten like 42 points, or around 40 point move. Um, I mean, granted, that's happens like at 2:30 in the morning. But let's take a look at this. And if you see me take trades and I'm not clicking up here, that is because I've developed my own hotkey scalper. I've already, I've built an add-on that just gives me order entries to be able to go off of. That's all. So if we look at this, we got some live areas right here. Okay, so if we look down at the bottom, the cumulative volume delta for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, for the past 8 periods of an 800 tick chart, the cumulative volume delta is 216. As you can see here, we've got some selling pressure coming in because you had right here, you had persistent selling right up in here, and we kind of moved down. I would not take that trade. I mean, could you take it and make money? Well, it's 2 minutes before the open, so no, I really wouldn't take it. And second of all, we are actually moving upward. So I really kind of would not take that trade because look at the 9 EMA, we're sloping upward. So if we were sloping downwards and we were in the downtrend, then yes, that would be a really good because you have a double stacked and balanced volume area. And plus you have persistent selling right up in here. Just like here, you have persistent selling right up in here. But right down at the bottom, you got persistent selling, but they're being moved up. So if this candle closes up, we got about 225 more ticks to go, 215, about 200 more ticks to go. If it closes up above that, that means that those sellers are underwater. Whoever's selling there is underwater. Like right now, these sellers are underwater and they're getting absorbed by the buyers. And I'll kind of show you how you can play that as well, that area right there. Uh, let's just come in here and let's get ready. And the market's open. I like to wait until the market settles down. I will wait until the market settles down. I mean, we're really selling off on the 5 minutes. You can see here on the daily, uh, still green on the daily. As you can see here, we're kind of really selling off. 9 EMA is sloping downwards. Cumulative volume delta is negative 270. I'm on the 800 tick chart. So if you look at the 5 minute right here, the 5 minutes right here, and if you look, we had support. We're looking at 25,580. If we start selling off, if we start breaking this area right here, we could get down into this area. This is where support will be. Okay, you have a green candle up here. You had some buyers that tried to buy up in this area, but then we kind of closed below. So they're kind of underwater. We got persistent buy-in right up in there. So if we start selling off, those buyers are going to get caught and they're going to have to get out. They'll probably be getting out here pretty soon. Because you have a sell and balance area right here. You got buyers that are trapped right up in here. You got a green candle. You have persistent buy-in. They're trapped. They're trying to push the market back up because right now they're underwater. It's 9:32. As you can see here, we got a persistent buy-in coming in right here. That green one, we got more persistent buy-in coming in. We're trying to push the market up. I'm looking at the 5-minute. We got quite a ways to go, about 100 points before we get down to that support area. They might take it down there. They might not. We have no idea, people. We've got a double stacked buy area right there, but I did not take that. Yeah. I tried to get in there real quick to see if we could get a pop. We didn't get a pop. Whoop, let me enable the algo. I'm testing an algo. I am testing an algo, so let me do that. So you saw me get in real quick. This is the hotkey that I've developed. I got in real quick. I tried to get an area as soon as we got a pop. We got like a 5-point pop. I think we got a 5-point pop. I had about a 3-point pop, so I saw that pop. So I went on ahead and moved to break even, thinking we were going to get a run, and then I just basically got stopped out. I got stopped out for, only made like $10 on that trade. Basically a break even. We got selling down in here. But I really don't want to. Okay, we had a double stack sell area, and the reason I did not take that trade is because look at this. We're in chop, people. We got up, down, up, down. We're in chop area. The cumulative volume delta is -74, and on the 30-minute, if you look at the 5-minute right here, the 5-minute candle is moving downwards. We've got that 921 EMA slope right there. The histogram is kind of moving downwards. We've got negative CVD of 81. I didn't take that trade just because we're in chop. If we weren't in chop, that's a pretty decent trade to take, but I'm not going to take that just because, well, we're in chop. We're in a chop fest, people. Chop fest. Yeah. Yeah, this market is pretty strong. They're trying to pop up there. Let me move my stop down there. Let me move my stop right here. Okay, so right now we got we've got that sell and bounce area. I will probably get stopped out for about 18 points. That's not a problem, people. That's not a problem. Yep. See, I got stopped out. So, I made about $300 on that trade. That's not a bad trade. The reason, yeah, that's just kind of. I mean, right here, you have this area right here. You had support. And we kind of sold off, but yeah, I mean, $275 so far for account 51. Let me switch over. Let me try and get account 52 maybe, or trying to think here. I really need to pass that another eval to have about 6 evals, but yeah, I'm at $275 for that trade. That's not a bad trade, people. That's not a bad trade. So right now what I'm doing is I am going to here's my hotkey right here. Here's my hotkey right here. Range bar size 40. I'm just playing around with stuff like that. Right now we're in chop. We were trying to find out some market value right now. I know we were I didn't know, but I was assuming we'd kind of move down, and on the 5-minute we're kind of moving down. So this is a hotkey. Now my hotkeys, as you can see right here, shift 1 through 4, buy 1 to 4 contracts, shift S to sell a contract, shift E, set to break even. So I can do like shift 1, 2 to get in 1, 2 contracts. And then as soon as I get like 5 points, I can do shift E and move to a break even real quick in case it kind of spikes down. The main thing is you really want to do capital preservation. People, you got to protect your capital. You can't be going off full port and be like buying 10 evals and be like, oh, I'm going to pass a whole bunch of them. Let's see if we can't get a pop. Daggone it. I was kind of running my mouth. I should have gotten 10 points on that, people. I need to stay focused. I need to stay focused. I apologize if I don't teach you and show you how much I'm doing. Okay, so we got some trapped buyers up there. I was hoping we could actually come down, but we had trapped buyers up there. You see that green line right there? Right there up at the top. You got both bars right there. Both bars, you had buyers on both of these bars right here, tried to push the market up. And there was an imbalance area right up there around the top of the candle. They did not break through. They got absorbed, and the sellers took over. Well, let's see if we can't get a runner. Nope. They're pushing this market down, people. They're pushing it down. The reason I got in is because, well, we have some imbalance. All right. We're chop fest, people, chop fest. Sit on your hands. Don't be doing crap. Okay, there's a reason why I got in, because I saw this stacked and balanced area right here. See these green lines, stacked and balanced area? You saw that persistent buy-in right there? Well, that persistent buy-in, the reason I got in is because I was thinking we could at least push up to this area right here where the buyers tried to take over, but they got absorbed by the sellers and we pushed down. So I was trying to see if we could actually get in here and try to come up here into this support area and get about 13 ticks. Get about maybe 10 ticks. That's a nice $200 trade, but guess what? They smacked me. They smacked me down. Only got like $25. Oh well, people. Oh well. All right, let's go back to the game plan, people. Let's go back to the game plan. What we're going to be doing is we're looking for double stacked. We're looking for a double stacked imbalance areas. What we're looking for, there's a reason why I took the trade to go short down in here, and I made like $275 on that funded account. I wonder if I can show you. Let's see what I can do here. Boom. Yeah. Okay. This is what I got so far, people. This is what I got so far. You'll see BX63. That right there is an eval. That's an eval account. 52,300. That's an eval. That's $25. We got one of my funded accounts right here. I'm already up $275 for the day. So, yeah. But I'm rolling. I made 275 on that account. I'm rolling over to an eval account because it looks like we're in chop fest mode, people. We're in chop fest mode, so I'm not doing anything. We got support down here at 650. We got support down at 650. If we look at the 5-minute chart right here, here's the 5-minute chart. If we look at this, you had a double stack sell and bounce right up in here. So at 720, you got a lot of resistance up there at 720. We could be drifting down probably to test the 580 to 560 mark. You got a lot of support down in this area. You got the histogram rolling over. You got the 921 EMA rolling over. Uh, you got 942. What we got for? I think we got at 10 o'clock. I thought we had some news coming out. PCE price index year over year. That's 10 o'clock. So at 10 o'clock, we got PCE. We got year over year, month over month. We got some PCE pricing consumer um, index price for consuming coming out. I'm trying to stay focused here. Yeah, so you see that double stacked and bounce right there, that area right there, we kind of sold off, and that's support. It bounced off. We had persistent selling. Would I buy that to try to get a bounce off of that? Absolutely not. Why? Because 5 minute is rolling over. You see the 5 minute? 5 minutes rolling over, people. 5 minute candle is in the downturn. We are rolling over. And if you look at the market profile right there, big old 15-minute candle, we're kind of rolling over. Let's see if we can't get a bounce off of this. Happened kind of quickly. I couldn't get it, people. I couldn't get it. Kind of shooting off at the mouth. Wonder what my algo's doing. 800 tick. How come you ain't doing nothing? Well, my algo needs a perfect trade. And as you can see here, I've got an algorithm that I wrote, order flow double stack. It works on the order flow of the stacked and balanced. I'm testing it right now on the SIM 101 on the 800 tick chart. Okay, it works pretty good on a 40 range chart. You can easily get stuff about $400 a day on average with that from what I've been doing. But yeah, I'm trying to build out a order flow strategy. Once I get support for this indicator, once I get support for the indicator and start trading, you get people to start trading with it, then I will move on to building out the strategies really solid so we could have a strategy so people can trade right there. We got some we had a green candle with persistent selling, right there, and we had a green candle. So those sellers are underwater. We had double stacked and balanced area right there, and we're up green. They're really trying to push this market down. Let's be honest, people. Let's be honest. Right here, right up in this area, uh, rectangle. Right here in this area, right here, we had a little market auction going on right here, and then we kind of sold off. I took that right there. The reason I took that, look at all that persistent selling. I took that, and we kind of slammed it down, but then I went on ahead and got stopped out. It took my profits, stopped me out for $275 for the day on that account. So I'm rolling over to another account. I'm trying to pass this eval, and if I get a good setup, then I will go ahead and trade again. We got the rectangle right here. We got this area right here. We've got some I don't want to take this short because yeah, you can get stuff about 10 points, but you had a lot of persistent buying up in here. So this area right here, if you look over, if you're thinking you want to get into a short, you need to look over to the left a little bit and then see, hey, for one, are we going to take out those buyers right there? Once we break this area, 610, we could break that area 610, and we could probably get down to 580 maybe. Who knows? We took out those buyers right there. Those buyers probably stopped out. Mm. We got some people coming in buying on that one. We got persistent buying, persistent selling, a little small little battle going on, people. We got 10 o'clock. You need to sit on your hands. Don't be doing anything. Don't be pushing them buttons. You only need 1 or 2 good trades a day. 1 or 2 good trades a day, and you're good to go, people. 1 to 2 good trades a day, and you good to go. All right, we got down at 580. If you look, I could possibly. Nope. They are really pushing that market, people. They're really pushing that market. 580. I'm not going to get any good support because look at that. I'm not going to try and get in that short and no. That was a decent short though, people. Yeah, I tried to see if it would break real quick, but I guess not. I'm at $40 on this eval. Um, all right. If you look over here at the 5 minute, we got a lot of support right here, right up here at 560. You got a lot of support at 560. We could get down there. We could get down there. But you got a lot of support at 560. And look how much we sold off right now. We sold off pretty heavily from that stacked and balanced area. We have sold off 136 points. So right now I'm going to be sitting on my hands. I don't want to be taking the shorts right up in here, even though it's looking good, because you got this area that they're going to defend. These buyers, there was some pretty good buying volume around 3 a.m. at 560 at 3 a.m. and they pushed this market up. So are they going to defend that 560 zone? We have no idea, but what we're going to do is sit on our hands and we're going to find out if they are. We're going to sit on our hands and find out if they're going to protect that area. So we got 275. We've already made $275 on that one evaluation. No, I'm sorry, 275 on that funded account. We made $40 on an evaluation account. Right now, we're just looking at them defending this area right here. You do not want to get into the battle of this area right here. You don't want, let the big dogs eat. Let the big dogs eat, and then you find out which way it wants to go. You let the big dogs eat, and then you go in. Now, I'm taking this because we got support we're bouncing off of, but we're losing this area. Yeah. I'm just gonna just sit on my hands. Let's see what we got here. I tried to get in real quick. I tried to get in. This is not an ideal trade because I want the EMA sloping upwards. I want the EMA sloping upwards. I want the EMA sloping upwards. Yeah. Got a lot of buying up in there. Let's see if we can't get it. No. No runner, people, no runner. They're just pushing the market down. I took that because we had persistent buy-in and we had a little bit of persistent buy-in. Had a little bit of persistent buy-in up in there. We have 44 contracts left. Come on, keep running. No. Wow. So I'm up $90. I'm up $90 on this eval. This is a problem because we got the 9 EMA sloping upwards. I mean, the 5-minute is not ideal. This is why I'm keeping it tight. I'm keeping my stops tight because if you look at this, you got to keep your your stops tight because you got resistance up in here, and this 921 EMA is sloping downward. So the 9 EMA is actually diverging from the 21. It's sloping down. And when I see that, I got to keep my stops really tight because we could just sell off and I could be down like 20 points by $400 real quick. That's why I'm keeping my stops tight. And I do this a lot because, well, once I get like 3-5 points, what I will do is I'll move to break even. I'll do Shift E. I'll immediately move to a break even and see if I can get a runner. It works. It works, people. It works. Every now and then you'll get a runner, and you might break even or take a 1 point stop and try because you're trying to get a runner, and all of a sudden you're making $90, but then with commissions you're probably making about maybe $30-$40. But then when you do get that runner and you get that 50-point runner, it's awesome. But I'm looking at the 921. What I'm looking at is this right here. I'm looking at this right here, and I'm seeing the CVD for the past 30 minutes is negative 2,000. We got the histogram that's sloping downwards. This right here, you got the 9 EMA is sloping, diverging from the 21 EMA, so the momentum is definitely down. And I was trying to do a counter trend trade. That's why I kept it tight. And you got the sellers being absorbed right here. This green bubble, the sellers are being absorbed because the buyers pushed it up. That's why I got in, because the double stacked and balance area, and I tried to get in, and it just didn't work all that well, people. It just didn't work. We got another buying right here, the sellers. We got buying now. We got some selling coming in. Yeah. I'm in Chop Fest, people. I'm in Chop Fest. I saw 3 points. I just moved to a break even. Right now, as you can see right here, I've scalped $105 trying to get myself a runner to try to pass this eval. I've already made $275. So yeah, on my funded account, I made $275. I'm looking to get the payout. We're in Chop Fest, people. This sucks. This sucks, man. I want myself some runners, man. I want myself some runners. I ain't getting no runners, people. We ain't getting nothing. Oh, well. Buyers are trying to push it up. Sellers are going down. Buyers. See, bubble. Sellers got trapped. Sellers got trapped. Buyers got trapped. Buyers got trapped. And they're just battling back and forth. And now we're in the Chop Fest mode. So now I got to sit on my hands because we're in Chop Fest mode. As you can see here, we have a nice sell off. You know, if I would have held on, if I would have gotten that sell, I don't know why. Maybe I was shooting my mouth off. I have no idea. But yeah, there's going to be people that take this indicator and make more money than I can. That's for sure. I mean, if you would have gotten in right here, let's say you got out right there, you got yourself about 12 points. But the problem is this support area right here. You got this area right here. that the buyers at around 2:40 in the morning, they defended that area right there, and then they moved up. Remember what I said earlier? 25,560, they could be defending that area, and look what they're doing. They're defending that. These sellers tried to push it down, and then the buyers took control, and then they kind of pushed it up. We'll make a higher low, so they might break it. They might break it. But I'll let them decide what they want to do, and then I'll go ahead and do my thing, people. I will do my thing. All right, it's 10 o'clock. 2 minutes to 10 o'clock. Sit on your hands, people. Also, I was keeping them stops really tight. I wouldn't trade that. Look at that. I wouldn't trade that. You got some selling right there, but it closed above it. It needs to close below it. But then what are you going to do? You got support right here. I mean, you could probably get in, get yourself about, maybe go in 2 contracts, try to get yourself a couple points, sell a contract, move to a break even, try to get yourself a runner. Who knows? But if we look at this, we have buy-in right up in here. We have a support level right up in here. We have support levels right up in here at 560. As you can see here, we're kind of bouncing off of that area. People are waiting for the 10 o'clock PCE, I guess. Okay. Let's wait for the PCE, people. Got the GDP. Oh, yeah, I ain't touching that. PCE price index. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't touch that. You got all that selling, and then they bounced up, and see, they're defending that area, and then they kind of pushed it up. Who knows? USPC price index month over month actual 0.2%. Forecast was 0.2%. That's right on target. Month over month 0.5%. Forecast 0.5%. Consumer spending. That was consumer spending. PCE price index year over year actual 2.8. Forecast 2.8. Yeah. So as you can see here, right here on Financial Juice, that is the information that I'm looking at. Okay. That's the information I'm looking at. We ain't got much going on. Um, Not much going on, people. Not much going on. Made a little bit of money. Took a nice trade on the funded account. That funded account, I'm up $450 so far on that. So hopefully, maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna be kind of busy today. I'm gonna be cutting the stream probably around 11 o'clock, 11:30 probably. I'm gonna cut the stream at 11:30. It's the wife's birthday, so I gotta trade a little bit in the morning, and then at noontime around lunch, I gotta go pick up the cake. It's the wife's birthday, and I guess we're doing dinner over at here tonight. Right now, people, we're just got a little chop fest going on. little choppy. Look at all those wicks right there. I wouldn't touch that crap. Look at all those wicks right there. Wouldn't touch it. The 9 EMA is sloping downwards, okay? But we got all that support right there. We got all that support right there. Now, if we break this area, the next support's at 520 because that's where the buy-in was. Then after that, you got about 4 o'clock right here up in this area. We had some decent buying, but, you know, sit on your hands. Sit on your hands. You got a lot of wicks right there. Even if you try and push this up, you're looking at all this resistance area. At 25,600, you're looking at all that resistance area right up in there. This is where the buyers got trapped, and then they sold off, okay? They tried to push the market off. The sellers took control, and they sold it off. Now we're down in this area. They sold it off like 40, I don't know, 40 points. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, about 44 points. I don't go exact. I just go roundabout. I don't go exact. And if you actually look at the 5-minute, you would not be looking for longs on the 5-minute, people. Do not be looking for longs on the 5-minute. I don't care if this has a double stacked area. Because look at this area right here. You got a lot of resistance. The 9 EMA is sloping downwards. This is a 5-minute. You have the 921 histogram that is diverging. The 9 is diverging from the 21. The strength is moving downwards or downward slope. There's absolutely no way I would be looking to be buying this market. There's no way I would be looking to be buying this market. And if we look at this right here, I mean, look at this area right here. We're right here. We're almost down this area right here is the point of control from yesterday on the profile. We're down at the low value area at the profile. Would I be looking to buy? No. I'm going to need some major confirmation to try to go long, to be quite honest. We got a lot of resistance up here. We're making higher lows, people, right there, or right there. We're making higher lows. It's going downward. I don't need to draw a trend line to go down. I don't need to draw a trend line to go down here, draw a trend line from here to here. I don't need to do all that. You know, you can draw your trend lines here. You can draw your trend lines here and be like, oh, we're on the wedge and we could trade up in here and we could pop up and retest and move on. I don't need all that. I don't do all that. Okay. I'll try and trade where these institutions are pushing the market around. That's what I'm trying to look at. I'm looking at the support areas. This is at 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. in the morning. We got some support area. Did we come down here and bounce off of this area and then move back up just because of a trend line? No. We did it because there is buying interest right up in this area. Okay, and then we moved up. Now we moved up and then we kind of broke down. More support area right here. They're trying to push this market down, but they got areas of support right here, and then they kind of bounced off. Right now they're just grinding. It's a grind fest, and you want to stay away from these grind fests. You want to be a momentum trader. That's what I like to do. I like to be a momentum trader. Right now, the 5-minute is showing me downward momentum. Now, we have a single stacked and balanced area right there. We have a single stacked and balanced area of 1 point right there. Now, could you take that and then run it up here and make yourself 30 points? Yeah. But why would you do that? Because right now we're just look at all that wicks right there. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're just, look at that, pushing down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. No. What I need to see is Maybe what I would like to see is them push up, make a higher low, and then try to get a short and come downward and try to get myself 20, 30, 50 points. That's what I would like to do, to move up here to the 25,600 area. That would be nice. Move up into this area right here. Probably, come up to this area right up in here, get about 50-point move up in this area, and then try to take a short downward. That might be nice. I'm not sure because right now we're making higher lows, so we are moving downward. If we look at the daily, look at this. We got a doji on the daily, man. We got a doji. I mean, not a doji, but I don't know, what is that? Gravestone shooting star? I don't know. But we got that right there. That's not ideal, people. It's not ideal. What is that? I see a little tick right there. What is that? I don't know what that is. Huh? Remove. Yeah, so we kind of pushed up and now the momentum's downward. We're kind of pushing back down. So it could be 275 could be all I get on my funded accounts. $105 on my evals. I mean, cash value 52. Or I about $600. If I could get myself a nice runner, I could pass this eval and have 6 funded accounts for bull knocks. Also, I got a Lucid account I need to trade. Also, I got my personal Ninja Trader account I need to trade. I trade a personal account and then I take that money and buy evals. Then I take those evals and I go for them. Yeah. Chop Fest, people. It's a Chop Fest. Look at the 5-minute right here. Look at that 5-minute. That 5-minute is not doing very much. But look at all that support right there. We got 25,500. I mean, we got all that support right there, but we got major resistance right there at 610. So if you're looking for longs in the Chop Fest and you try and catch a long, you might catch yourself 50 points. I mean, it's a crapshoot. You don't know. I don't know. It's a crapshoot. All I'm looking at is what we have here. So we're trying to push up. We kind of broke the high of the previous 5-minute. As you can see here, the histogram is still sloping downwards. That's not good. We got a negative 1,200 for the past 30 minutes. We're breaking the high of the previous 5 minutes. We kind of sold off breaking that high. We could test up to the 600 area or not. You just don't know. But the problem is look at all that support area. These sellers, you're going to have some big money come in and break all this area. So now's the time to look at this. So these yellow elliptical bubbles right here. The green bubble said there was sellers. As you can see here, that red line, there were sellers. We had at the low, we had some sellers try to come in, and then the buyers took control. Once the buyers take control and we close above, and we have a delta shift of a certain amount, then that bubble will show up. And normally how I like to play that bubble is on the break of that high right there and try to get in and try to get those trapped sellers to cover and then push up. And then same thing right here. We had a bubble, green bubble. We had sellers trying to push the market down. As you can see here, that red line, And then what I like to do is buy the break of that and see if we can't push up, but we couldn't do it on this one and we couldn't do it on that one. So then we kind of sold off. Now, this red bubble means there are trapped buyers. As you can see here, up at the top area, we had buyers that had an imbalanced buy volume that tried to come in and push the market up and break through this area. They couldn't do that, and the seller sold off. Now, I wouldn't take the break of this one right here just because look at that wick right there. You want to see a nice solid red candle, kind of like this one right up in here. And then on the break of that, you can get that. But then they just tried to push the market up. And then you might have gotten stopped out because you want to, once you leave that area right there, you just, or you can put your stop up in this area. If we break this, start breaking this area. But yeah, we eventually did sell. So if you did buy that, you took some heat, about 14 points on that. But yeah, we did eventually come back down to this area for about 30 points. Now that we're in this support area right here, we're just ping-ponging because you have support right here and you have resistance right here. So they're just kind of ping-ponging back and forth. They're just building liquidity up in here. They're building liquidity. We have some trapped sellers right here. Delta didn't shift that much. But am I going to get in it? No. Why? Because look at all this consolidation area. They're just building liquidity. We don't know which way they're going to go. Are they going to go up? Are they going to go down? Right now, you had persistent buying right there. You had some persistent buying right up in here. You have some persistent selling on this, some persistent buying that they tried to push that up, and no, we couldn't get it. So now we're moving back down to the low right here. Now, what I would like to try and do is build out a strategy to try to get like 5 points. Just ping pong back and forth. Just go back and forth. That's what I would like to try and do. But right now, I am a one-trick pony, to be quite honest. Actually, I got 2 tricks. Um, I'm looking for like this area right here. We had a double stacked sell right here. Um, I think I took this and got stopped out. We had stacked area right here. Uh, you want to sell right there. You can get in right here. Put your stop if you break this area right here, or you can put it at the top, or you can put it way up here. It just really depends on what you want to do. Uh, but this is what I like to look for is this right here. That's what I like to look for. Is a red candle, a double stacked sell imbalance. Enter, put your stop up here, and then we moved on down. That's what I like to see. But I like to see it when we're moving like this. Okay, and then we kind of broke that little consolidation area and we kind of moved down. That's what I like to see. This area, uh, we have persistent buying up in here, but they're running up against resistance. So, then we have buyers up top, sellers at the bottom. There's a battle in that candle right there. There's a battle right here in that candle. Buyers are trapped right now because we sold off, and then sellers are trying to stack it up, and they did. They stacked it up. Now they're selling, but then right here we got support right here. So could you sell off and get yourself 10 points? Yes. Kind of like what we're doing now. But it's not ideal. And the reason it's not ideal is because we're in the consolidation, ping pong, and back and forth. This whole area right here, from 10 o'clock to now, is this whole area is where people get chopped up and they start blowing accounts because they get stopped out $200, $400, and they just keeps adding up, and then they blow accounts. Let's take a look at the 5 minute right here. Yeah, we're slowly grinding through this area right here that we built up around 3 o'clock. We're slowly grinding through that area. Now, could I have taken? Okay, we had a double stacked imbalance area right there, and if you got in and then got down into this area, you got yourself about 20 points. But why would you take that? Because for one, why would you take it? This right here, why would you take this area right here when you're right here in the middle, right in the middle of a stinking chop fest? No, that's not ideal. I get rid of that. Yeah, that's not ideal. You get down. I mean, you can get in. They easily push it right back up. I mean, you're in a chop fest area. This is when you need to sit on your hands and wait. Sit on your hands and wait. I was hoping today I'd make like $500,000 on stream. I was hoping for a good day. I was hoping for a good day, but I guess not. Yeah, so this indicator, I got to put up the website. The website's on my local machine. I've already my local machine. Uh, I'm talking like a engineer, like when I worked. Um, it's on my laptop. The website is on my laptop, and okay, right here we had imbalance area. We have persistent buying. So most of the time when you see that, and we have a nice wick that moves up, you can get in right there and start getting stuff like 5 points, and then when you had a nice move. Boy, I was running my mouth. You gotta wait for a pullback, people. You gotta wait for a pullback. Let's see, go to properties. I want to do like 75, maybe. Yeah. Again, we had some buying up in here, and then we sold off. So, are they going to defend that area right there where the buyers got trapped and sold off? We don't know. Looks like they are doing that, though. Yeah, that was a single stack right there. That was a single stacked imbalance, and that is just not good. Now, if I take any trades, it's not going to be on a funded account. I got account 52 that I could trade that's activated on a funded account, but I'm not going to trade it because this is not ideal up in here. I've got $600, $575. No, I don't know. I got about $575 away from passing another eval. If I could get myself a really good runner, that would be nice. This would have been a decent trade, people. This would have been a decent trade. We had a nice little wick and kind of moved up, but we're right up in top here. Yeah, we have persistent buy-in. What you could do is get in here and put your stop like right down here, because more than likely you'd be going down back down about 330 point loser. But get a tight stop, and then you ran up here. Actually, your target would be right up in here, which would be about 15 points. All right, looks like they're trying to take that area out. Why is that not up to? There we go. They're grinding through that area. You got persistent selling right there. They're trying to defend it. You got double stacked and balance right there. I would not be getting in because we're right all up in this area right here where we sold off. So that's not ideal. Also, if you look right here on the profile, you got the area right here. You got a point of control right here on the profile. This is going off of the electronic trading hours right here, and you got a high value area right there. So, could we get up to 671? Yeah, we could. Okay, I would be leery about this because look at that. You had persistent selling. You had persistent selling right there. You got all these wicks right here. You had that area right there where you had a double stacked and balance, double stacked sell right there. A whole point of four areas where they just five times more selling than buying at this area and this area right here. And we came up, sold off, came up there, kissed it, broke through just slightly, and then we sold off. Yeah, sellers are definitely in control today. And also, look at that big, huge wick right there. That is a nice wick. Big, huge wick right there. What would be a good trade is seeing a lot of persistent buying up in here, and then that wick down, and then the break of that wick, and then the break of the low right there, and you go on down. Yeah. Right now you got triple stacked sell and balance area right there. So if you would have gotten in, your stops up here, that's about a 20-point stop. And then you come back down here to this area, you can get yourself about 25 points. Yeah. I This is a hard area to trade right here. Why? Because we have bounce, bounce, bounce. It's just big consolidation area. If we kind of zoom out right now, look at this. If we zoom out right now, we got a big. I mean, it 930. Where's 930? 930 is up in this area. Okay, little consolidation sold off, little consolidation sold off, little small consolidation sold off, and now we got big consolidation. We're trying to buy. We're making higher lows. It made a higher high right there. Yeah, whatever. Um, but no, why? Why? Why trade this right up in here? Now, actually, that sell was a pretty decent sell. That was a pretty decent sell, and you would have gotten yourself easily 20 points out of that. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. We got an ATR of 26. If you look right up here on the 1 minute ATR, it's up at the top left. It's kind of hard to see. I need to move it over, make that a little better visible area. Um, that's at 26 points. So ATR for the past minute has been 26 points. That's pretty decent. Um, you might want to size down a little bit. When it gets over 30, you need to really, really size down, people. You really need to size down and cut it. Look at the 5 minute. You got trapped buyers up there. You got some buyers up there that tried to push it, and then you had a nice wick, and then kind of sold off. So them buyers right there, if we lose this area right here, they could be getting out. I don't know. I'm just assuming of what's going on. I'm just assuming of what's going on. Okay. Buyers are trying to take it, baby. What do we got here? I'd be leery about trying to get long here because look what happened when we got up in this area. They slammed it down pretty quickly within a minute. They just slammed that bad boy right down. I mean, they slammed it down from 24.10 all the way to 25. Yeah. I mean, less than a minute. Less than a minute, they slammed it down. Less than a minute, they slammed it down about 58 points, about 60 points, and within a minute, they slammed it down. So be careful. You get caught on the wrong side, you're crying the blues for sure. Now we're starting to converge a little bit on the 5 minute right here. On the 921 EMA, we're starting to converge a little bit. That's good. That's good. We're trading above the 9 EMA. That's good. We're starting to converge a little bit. We might break through this area. We might get some nice moves. Yesterday was a nutty, nutty, nutty day. Yesterday was a little nutty, people. There were some crazy moves yesterday. So we got the news that came out. We got anything else coming? I don't think so. 12 o'clock crude oil inventories. I don't trade crude oil. I tried 2 years ago, got my butt handed to me. I don't do that no more. I stick to the Widowmaker NASDAQ. We got Intel earnings at 5 o'clock. That's going to really move the market. After hours, probably. Who knows? All I know is that it's 10:30 and we're getting some nice moves. I'm just not really getting any good trades, to be quite honest. Let's take a look at TradingView. Let's take a look at TradingView and see. Let me bring that over here. I like looking at TradingView on their stacked and balanced to see kind of what we're looking at, people. And what we're looking at is not too good. This take a look at this. Okay. Anybody's thinking they want to go long today? Look at that. This is the footprint chart for TradingView. Look at that whole area right there. That area right there. This whole area right here is nothing but selling. And right now we're slowly breaking through. Now, why do you want to try and get long and try to get that? Now, if we break that area, sure, we break it, we come up, we come back down. This would be an area to look for double stacked buy and balance to be able to try to get up here. Yes. But right now, why would you even consider going long? I remove all five. I mean, that's just why. Why would you even think that? I have no idea. And if you look at uh, my chart right here, I mean, you got this whole sell area right up in here, this whole selling area right up in here. Why would you even try to think to go long? You have to break that area right there. If you can break 620 area, if you can break this 620 area, you might be able to get a 720. You might be able to get a runner. If we kind of break that area and you get a good buy signal, double, triple stacked and balanced, and then your risk reward is looking good because your resistance is right up there at 720. But you would have to break this 620 area and try to get a trade up in here on the 800 tick chart and look for a double, triple stacked buy and balance area to try to get that. That's what you're looking for. You're looking to break this area right here. Okay, you're looking to break this area and then possibly take a trade up in this area right here. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for them to grind through all this selling pressure right here. And I can't short it. Why? Because we're in consolidation. If we break this low right here, yeah, I could I could get on board with that. But right now we're looking to be grinding up. 30-minute CVD is like 300 cumulative volume delta, but right up in this area, you would be looking to take some longs, okay? Because you have to break this whole area right here. You had trapped buyers right up in here. Them buyers tried to take control right up in this area, and they got caught, and then it sold off. So that's what I'm looking for. Will it happen in the next hour? I have no idea. I only trade what the chart's telling me at the time. And right now it's telling me to sit on my stupid hands and don't be clicking buttons. You only need a couple good trades a day, people. That's it. Just 1 to 2 trades a day. That's really all you need. Um, if I take this, it's going to be a tight stop. Come on, push, push. Don't stop me. I don't like that. I'm going to move it up to that area right there. So I'm just going to move it up to this area right here and get like 3 points. Hopefully we can break that, people. Hopefully we can break that. Man, come on, push, baby, push. No, no. Negative 40. I'm looking at the delta right there. It's negative. Oh, 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 it's climbing. It's climbing. It's climbing, people. We got some buying pressure right up in there. If we lose that area right there, okay, if we lose that area right there, all right, let me pay attention here, okay? If we lose that area right there, now we got some buying pressure coming in. So where can you put your stop? You can put your stop probably at the low right there. We have some buying pressure yeah. All right, whatever. It is what it is, people. I got myself some change. Oh well. I got myself some change. Uh Yeah, selling persistent, coming in, the buyers are taking control. But look at that wick right there. You had the buyers try to push it, and they got trapped a little bit, and they kind of sold off. So what I did, and if you look right here, okay, 275 on a funded account, 230 on an eval account. I'm about $500 away from passing that thing. Okay, that's no problem. I'll eventually get there. Jeez, it's just this market's been slow. It's been kind of crappy, to be honest. I've missed a couple of trades just by sleeping at my desk. Um, well, not really. I'm exaggerating on that one. Okay, let's go over and why did I make this trade? Why did I make this trade? Look at the higher time frame. Actually, look at the 15-minute. 15-minute green bars. We're above the point of control, so we're kind of moving up to this value area right here. Okay, check. That's just kind of like a guideline, people. That's just a guideline. Now, if you look at this, look at the 921. This is a 921 histogram. What I've done was I've taken the 9 EMA and I've taken the 21 EMA, and basically what I've done is you don't need this histogram. You can just put the 921 EMAs right there on your charts and just look at the lines and see if they're converging and diverging, flattening, or doing whatever. I don't like that because I got enough lines on my stinking chart already. So I don't need the 921 on there. So I coded a histogram. Now I've been a software engineer for well over 10 years. And I've been trading the markets for over 10 years too. So I coded a histogram very, very, and I'm going to be releasing this on the website as well. Um, So I'm seeing it slope upwards. What that's telling me is that the non-EMA right here, when we were sloping downwards, when we were selling off, the non-EMA was diverging from the 21. So the momentum was down. Now that we've kind of flatlined and we're starting to move back up, we are converging back. So the non-EMA is converging back up to the 21, and we've got a nice 15-minute green candle. So I kind of look at this as a guideline. And also, I look at this area on a 5-minute because I can see these areas right here. Right here, look at that. Look at that. Buyers got trapped in right there. Buyers got trapped and we sold off. Look what's happening. Buyers up in this area. The sellers are defending, and now we're just kind of consolidating. Could we break through and go up? Absolutely. Could I, not have taken such a tight stop? Well, it is what it is. You trade your way, I trade my way. Um, so the 5-minute was giving me confirmation because we have a 5-minute green candle. We are converging. Uh, the non-EMA is converging back to the 21. So that's given me a go signal. 15-minute green candle, 5-minute green candle. They're converging back. And also this area right here, look at the non-EMA. It's sloping upwards. That's awesome. We got a nice momentum upwards. And if we look at this real quickly, we look at this. Oops. If we look at this right here, the non-EMA is sloping upwards. That's good. I like that. So that's sloping upwards. We got a double stacked and bounce area. This is what I really like, people. This is what I really like. This area right here. This is what I want to focus on. Let me kind of drag this out a little bit more. So we had a green candle, 9 EMA sloping upwards, 15-minute green candle, check. 5-minute green candle, check. 5-minute, the 9 is converging back to the 21, check. Okay, so the momentum's upward. We got a 9 EMA sloping upwards. We got this candle right here, that's nice green candle. We had a double stacked and bounce area right here, that green right there, that green right there, and we had persistent buying right here. Up at the top, persistent buying. We had some really persistent buying right here. Let me remove this. We really had some persistent buying right here. A little bit of persistent buying, a lot of persistent buying right there at the 2608 level, looks like. Okay. So when I see that, and we have that right there, when I see that, what am I going to do? I'm going to get in and I'm going to kind of hopefully possibly go up to this area right here and get myself maybe about 10 points. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. Now, should I have waited and not taken such a tight stop? Yeah. I only had one contract. Okay. I only had one contract. I didn't do two. Maybe I should have done two and then maybe sell right there for about 10 points. I don't know. All I know is I'm scalping. I am a scalper. I take quick scalps. I enter a trade. Once it pops to about 3, 4, 5 points, I'll move to a break even and then I'll manage the trade. And what I like to do is when this moves up, when you see that persistent buy-in and we're moving up, what I like to do is move my stop up there. And why did I move my stop up there? Because look at this. Look at this area right here. This area we sold off. We're testing that area. Buyers were trapped right up here. So I kind of put a tight stop and I got stopped out on this wick right here. Okay, that's fine. So how much did I leave on the table if I didn't get stopped out? Like 8 points. Okay, no big deal. Don't worry about that. Base hits, people, base hits. If you do base hits, you can make a decent living just by doing base hits. You don't need no stinking home runners. Why? Why are you looking for 2-to-1, 3-to-1, or whatever? Those gurus are lying to you, people. Them gurus are lying to you. Being a base hitter, I'm gonna tell you what, you can make a decent living. There's baseball teams that, oh, this guy only hit a home run maybe once every other year. Okay, but he's a base hitter. He will knock that ball and get on base, and he'll knock another one and get people on second. That's what you want. You want to be consistent, people. You want to be consistent. That is the key, is being consistent. Let me let me take this off real quick. What I want to do is, I'm done for today. I'm done for the day. Let me what is today? The 22nd. So the 22nd. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I didn't trade 51. What did I trade? Trade 17. 51. 17 I traded. Yes. Uh Something's looking a little off. Why is it that much? No, that's not 17. Yes, it is 17. I didn't take that many trades. Why is the There we go. Okay, let's come up here. All right, let's come up here and take a look at the stats real quick. All right, let's take a look at the stats real quick. Let me unhide this. Trying to figure out how to do that. All right, let's take a look at the stats real quick, people. This is for today. I'm done. I made $500. Let's look at the stats for today. Okay, how many trades? Right here. Total number of trades is 10%. Profitable is 90%. So I got a 90% win rate. Number of winning trades, 9. Number of losing trades, 1. Now, I mean, it's a 90%, but that's because I got like three ticks, three to five 3 to 5 ticks. I got like 3 to 5 points, and I just did shifty, move to a break even. Now my break even on this hotkey add-on that I wrote is plus 1 point, because I don't want to just be taking shift E and then move right at my entry, and then I get stopped out because I got to pay for a commission. You got to pay your fees, people. Um, So I just do 1 point. When I'm trading the NQ, that's like $20. So if I get stopped out and I pay commission, I might make 10, $15. You get a little slippage here and there, or you might even break even. That's why I do the 1 point break even, because you got to pay your commissions and you got slippage. It's just a bunch of crap. Um, yeah, look at the market. Look at that. We got some trapped sellers right there, and then we breaking that, and we're grinding higher. Yeah, there we go, people. There we go. We got some trapped sellers right there. They tried to sell, they got trapped, and then you kind of moved up. You kind of got yourself about 10 points right there, probably. I don't know. Uh, yeah, some trapped sellers. So if you got in here and you got out right here, that's about 6 points. I mean, 6 points. That's $120. Base hits, people, base hits. Now look at that. Yeah, yeah, you're touching this area where you had the trapped buyers, okay? And then see right here, you had buyers right up in this area. They got trapped and they sold off. So people, the buyers that pushed up this market, I'm going to tell you, when they get up in here, they're going to be taking profits. That's why you see it moving down a little bit, not moving as high, because they're taking profits and then they're holding some and they're trying to get this market pushed up. This ain't retail traders pushing this market around, please. And also another thing, these institutions ain't hunting your stops, and they don't give a flying crap about us retail traders. Let's be honest. They don't give a flying. Do you really think your 1 or 2 contracts is, oh, that's liquidity for them? They don't give a flying crap about you or me. Oh, look at that. We got stacked and balanced area. They're trying to push it up. I wouldn't even do it if it was a double stack because I would be looking for a pop and then a sell back off and then, yeah, then maybe a run back up. But let's take a look at the stats. So $505 today, gross profit 510. Max drawdown was $5. Holy smokes. That's it? Okay. I'll take that any daggone day. Profit factor 99. Yeah, okay, whatever. Total number of trades 10% profitable, 90%. Okay, we got number of trades 9, number of losing trades 1, average trade $50. Take a look at this. Average winning trade $56, people, $56. Average losing trade $5, ratio 11. Okay, yeah, don't look at that. That's not normal, okay? This was a really good day, 90%. I was very picky about what I got in, and I kept my stuff tight. I kept it tight, people. I kept it tight. When I got that 3 to 5 point pop, I do shifty, move to a break even. I get that 1 point stop, and does it wick me out and move without me sometimes? Yeah. Do I care? No. If you start caring about missing runners and missing big trades and stuff, man, your emotions are going to screw you. Average trade $50. Hey, I'll take an average trade of $50 any day of the week there, people. Any day of the week. I'll take it. I'll take it, people. Ratio average win to average loss 11. Okay, whatever. Max consecutive winners 5. Max consecutive losers 1. The reason the max consecutive winners is so high is because I did shifty. I moved to a break even because the NASDAQ will screw you. It will pop and then all of a sudden slam right back down about 20 points in a blink of an eye. And it will screw you right there. Right there. Sell. Right there. Double stack sell. Oh, yeah. You got your support right here. Your target's right up in there, people. Your target's right up in there. You got double stack sell. You got persistent selling right there. You get in right there. Even if you got out right now, you'd be about 16 points right there, people. Boom. And we're coming back down to support right here where the sellers got trapped. So that's your first target. Are you getting to it? No. Are you going to take a full stop out? No. Don't be an idiot. Take your damn profits. Okay. The reason it looks good is because look at this. It's converging, okay? It's converging. The momentum is still up. We just have a little profit taken, and the sellers are trying to take control and push this market back down. You're above the 9 EMA. So if you are going to get into a trade like this, you need to be quick. Right here, boom. Right here, even if you got in right here, you stopped up here. You got about 12-point stop. And then if you get in right here and then you sell right there, it's about 16. That's about 1 for 1, people. Okay. If you got in right here and you're seeing this persistent buying right here in this whole area, you want to you want to tighten your stuff up, people. Tighten it up. That's all you got to do is tighten it up. So let's go back to this. Yeah. I'm still sick a little bit. That's why I ain't trading that good. I got a sinus thing going on. Yeah. Total net profit $500. Yeah, 90% win rate. Okay, 10 trades. All right. Yeah, it was a good day. The reason it's so high is because I kept my stops tight. That's why I don't trade off of the chart because for one, it's just the NASDAQ. I just like using my hotkey add-on that I coded. Because here's the thing. You get in here, you get this pop, and let's say you move
5 points, and you do shift E, move to a break even. And let's say, and as you saw me in that trade right up in there, it kind of moved upward. So then I was tightening my stop up. Now, if I had like two, 3 contracts on, like I normally do, then what I would have done is I would have gotten in here, my first target right here. I would have done Shift S, sell that one contract, get a pop, Shift S, it sells the contract, and then it takes the other half and moves it to a break even plus 1 point. Awesome. And then you come up here, you get persistent buying, but then you start breaking this persistent buying area with this candle right here. And once you break that area right there, you just get out the rest of it. Yes, it's sold back down, or you can have a runner, or you can keep a runner on and try and get up into this area and get yourself 30 points. That's fine. You can do that. I did not want to do that just because the momentum in this market is down, and I just wasn't trusting it. The market is a little wacky right now. As you can see right here, we're not moving all that much. Market's a little wacky. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. I just wanted to show people what this indicator's like. I'm going to later today, I'm going to start working, or later tonight, I'm going to start working on the website. I need to build the server. I need to get on. I need to get the server built out, and then throw the site on there, and then get people so you can download the DLL, download it, and start working with it. But that's all I have, people. That's all I have. I will. I'll be streaming again probably tomorrow. I will talk to you later. Bye.